Welcome back to the Fourth Inning Podcast channel to another episode of Outside the Box, the series where we talk about and rank things that aren't necessarily related to sports. I'm Josh, joined by my friends Blake, Tristan, and Matt, and today we're going to be ranking our top 10 music artists. Start off at 10, I have, I guess you could say a new school rapper. I have 21 Savage. He recently came out with a new album, Savage Mode 2.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he has some good ones on that
Savage Mode.
On that and actually Morgan Freeman does make a few appearances.
He does.
in that
Really?
He does.
He does?
Yeah, he's in the
He gives a couple
intro.
words of wisdom.
He's in the intro.
My
Yes.
man.
He's in the intro. He's in the interlude. He's also in. He makes appearances in actually a few songs. Believe it or not.
He's a Renaissance man.
He is.
I may have to give that a listen. I have not yet listened to 21 Savage's new album,
Savage Mode 2.
Savage Mode 2. I'll move on to my number 10 now. I have Fleetwood Mac. The reason they are so high on my list or low on my list, it's because they don't have as many hits as some of the other people on my list, but what they do have, I believe, is what carries them to make them on the list. Blake, what's your number 9?
Wait, what?
What?
What carries them on the list?
There are a few really good songs.
Oh,
they have.
okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. I just thought you didn't finish. All right, number 10, I have Jay-Z. He's one of my one of the few current people. I guess he's not that current anymore. He's not really making music.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But current because as you'll see later, a lot of my people are from a while back. But he cracks my list. And Tristan, what do you got at 10?
At number 10, I have to go with John Denver here.
John Denver.
Denver.
Matt, I know
Good
you're
guy.
a big fan. You like
Pretty big
him.
fan, yes.
Yeah. Josh?
Before I move on to number 9, I gotta say you might realize some differences in our lists
Yeah,
here.
you
Oh,
pick it
yeah.
up.
Yeah, me and Tristan, you might see some new school guys, and Blake and Matt might see some a little bit of old school, 80s,
guys.
90s, even 70s.
Matt might, if you are a fan of the old music, Matt might not be the
80s.
person you like
Matt-
because he has some hot takes.
But he mentions them.
Yeah.
though.
He
Yeah.
mentions them, just not in the order that a lot of people would.
Matt's a
Yes.
big 80s guy.
80s, 70s,
80s,
man.
70s.
That's
Yeah.
real
Yes.
music. That's real music.
Well, sorry, Matt,
Let's
but
not get into it.
I do have.
We will not get into it right now.
Yeah,
That's a personal opinion.
Sorry, Matt, but I do have another rapper here at 9.
That's all right, don't
I have Roddy Ricch. He's someone
Yeah.
who has
Yeah.
come onto the scene, I guess, a little bit recently. He released an album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, about a year ago, and that's really got him to
the box.
the position where he's at right now. Matt, what is your number 9?
My number 9, this may be a bit of a hot take to keep it so low on the list, but I'm going to go Prince here. I mean, all of his songs are pretty high quality. I just don't think he has anything special, minus
What?
Purple Rain.
When
I
Doves Cry is pretty good too.
When Doves Cry and
Yeah.
Purple Rain. I love me some Purple Rain.
So you think that one song brought him onto this list?
I think he was going to make it on the list anyhow. I just think
I
that
respect it.
It took him over Fleetwood Mac.
it took him over Fleetwood Mac. Yes, I mean that's saying a lot. All these artists
Yeah.
I have are stupendous. Blake, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Elton John. Pretty much everyone knows who this is. He's has some of the most hits by anyone probably ever. Anyone could probably name 10 of their songs, not name, but point out. And yeah, he's on my list.
At number 9, I have to go with Jason Aldean.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of country, and he's one of my favorites.
Moving on to number 8 now, I have the Black Eyed Peas, a little of 2000s hip hop, I guess you could say. A few classics that they've made, and
I love,
They're starting
I
to
love,
call him.
I love the Black Eyed Peas.
I want. Do ya?
Yes, it brings back some good memories of the childhood.
Yeah,
You know?
they're trying to come
That's
back.
what I'm saying. Classic
they?
in that sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
classic
I'm
in
not
the
saying
sense
classic
of
like 70s. I'm saying like,
nostalgic kind
yes,
of.
exactly.
Thank you.
You get my point.
That was the sound effect for the high five. I'll move on to my number 8 now. It's John Denver.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
he's a really unique
This
and
is
great artist.
definitely an example of how one song can get you on the list.
No, I think he has quite a few good ones. I know Country Roads and Rocky Mountain High would really what's the word? I think head this
Lead.
lead. I guess lead you could
We
say.
did charge.
Headline.
Yeah.
Headline.
I had head. I didn't have line.
Yeah, you got the headline.
Yeah,
Annie's
well,
That's a
song is
weird
pretty good.
choice.
I think those two songs really do headline the talent that
There you go.
Mr. John Denver has, and I think he really displays it
Mr.
well in
Denver.
his pieces. I'll move it on, pass it on to Blake now.
Number 8, I have Jimi Hendrix. probably the greatest guitarist of all time, and he's got to be on the list because of that.
Van Halen's pretty good. He's the best guitarist
Well,
of all
Eddie
time.
Van Halen. Van
Yeah,
Halen's the
yeah.
band. But yeah,
It's still a very good band. Almost cracked my list.
Really?
as did they mine, but not.
Rest in power.
At number 8, I'm actually gonna go with Polo G here.
Polo G.
Polo G.
Martin and Gina.
Yeah,
Martin
Martin
Gina.
Gina.
That seems like a very fine and respectable people.
Do you have a story to tell us about Polo G?
No, I don't have a story. to
Yeah,
tell
you
about
do.
Polo G.
Yeah, let's
No,
hear
I
it.
don't.
Come
I
on.
don't have a story about Polo G.
Come on.
Okay, so there was a bit of a so I saw Polo G's Instagram and I liked the stuff that they were doing, not for just the rap community but for the community in whole. And I decided to comment on one of their posts supporting them, and I don't know, but I can't find the comment anymore. So I think they may have deleted it. I'm not
What
sure
did you
why.
say?
I said I really tried to express my support towards what Polo G is doing with his new album or song, Martin and Gina. I think it's a pretty good thing they're trying to do for local communities, and I really support it.
Martin and Gina seem like really good guys.
They do
Oh,
really
yeah,
good,
sorry, and girl.
really
I'm-
good people.
I can't
Really
assume.
good people. Yeah,
Really good people. That's a good way to put it. Moving on to number 7 now. I have a little bit of Jersey Drake.
Gotta love me some Drizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Drake. My favorite album from him has to be Scorpion, even though he has a few classics from about
Yeah, Scorpion.
10
Probably
something
the
years
best.
ago. But I'm a huge fan of his new school music.
Number 7, I have him also a bit low. I have Elton John here. I mean, he's made
Sir Elton John, right?
Yeah.
Sir Elton
Sir.
John. I think he's made some classics, and it also helps. He's one of the most charismatic and flamboyant people you'll ever meet or ever see.
Have you ever met him?
I've never met Sir Elton John personally, but I believe if I did, it would be
Quite
And
the experience.
it would be quite the
It'd be an
experience.
honor.
It would be an honor, and I think he's really made some classics that never get old.
All right, in my number 7, I have Marvin Gaye. He what?
Nothing.
Okay. He beats out John Denver for the best sing-along song
Ooh.
of all time with Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
No, I
What?
think the best
Oh,
sing-along would
come
be
on.
Don't Stop Believing.
Oh,
Oh.
That'd
Yeah.
be my take
Oh,
for it.
yeah.
That's the best sing-along
Mhm.
song, I guess.
well, Marvin Gaye is at 7 for me. Tristan, what do you got at 7?
At number 7, I'm gonna go with Queen.
Queen.
Yeah. Not King, but Queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect.
I wonder if there's a band out there named King.
I can almost guarantee it.
I
There probably
can
is.
almost guarantee
I'd
it.
bet a
too.
lot of money on that. Moving on to number 6 now, I have another new school rapper. I have Lil Baby. Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Him and my man Gunna
I know.
are a pretty good combo. But yeah.
Yeah.
Lil Baby's definitely one of the greatest rappers out right now.
Just imagine Lil Baby and Da Baby together.
They've
That song is just
made a few
been
songs in
bunch
the
of
past.
babies.
The Little Baby.
The Lil Baby. Or The Baby. No, because that's The Baby already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be...
Lil Baby. Oh wait.
no, that's already a guy too.
The Lil Baby.
The Lil Baby.
The Lil Baby.
Maybe they could do a
Or
spin.
what's the guy? What's the baseball movie with the guys? And the
G-Baby?
G-Baby.
G-Baby.
I wonder if they could make
G-Baby
a.
didn't last too long.
I wonder if they can make a Spanish version and call it Le Bebe.
Maybe.
You should ask him.
Maybe
too.
we could do that.
I'll move it on now. Number 6, I have the Eagles. I think this band really.
Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't know if they're
Eagles.
from Philadelphia, but they are indeed Eagles, and I really think they define the.
I assume they're from California,
They define
but
the.
I don't know.
They defined the classic rock era, and they really highlighted that whole era of music in the 1970s and 80s, and I really think they deserve to be on this list.
All right, my number 6, I have my second rapper, the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie.
Shout out Braden.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
Braden.
Yeah, Braden, if you're listening, this for you. But he's on my list. He's probably debatably the best rapper of all time. It might be a hot take, but he's
Respectable.
Yeah,
Respectable.
Biggie, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that one of the
guess.
songs?
I love it when you call me Big Pop.
That
Yeah,
that's
that
the most
is-
notorious one.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
Big Papa. He's a Big Papa.
yeah, he
isn't
is a big guy. So it's an appropriate name.
It is.
All right, Tristan, we
All
got
right.
6.
At number 6, going another country. Well, it's a band. Florida Georgia Line. I
Hot take.
I
That's
saw
gonna
them
make
in
people
concert
mad, isn't
last
it?
year,
Really?
and I absolutely loved it.
Where'd you see him?
Riverbend.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it enjoyable?
It was very enjoyable.
That's good to hear.
Morgan Wallin was there. We're
Was
there too.
So
Jeez.
were they together, or was one of them headlining?
They were together.
I
Well,
figured
kinda.
two big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen's a little bit newer.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
Oh yeah.
More
Florida Georgia
country,
Line's.
There's a lot of
Nah,
people who
they're
think
both
that Florida
pretty
Georgia
country.
Line isn't country, right?
They're pop country. That's
Yeah.
what people
Yeah.
say.
A lot of people don't
Pop
like
country.
Yeah.
We're not those people.
No, I respect music when
When music's good,
any
music's
shape or
good.
form. Any shape or
When
form.
music's good, music's good.
All right, moving into our top 5 now. I have a country artist. I have Darius Rucker.
Ooh,
His
yeah.
album's "Learn to Live" and Charleston, South Carolina, 1966. What?
Who is that?
You don't know who Darius Rucker is? Oh no, you know the guy who sung "Wagon Wheel." Well, you know the song "Wagon Wheel." Yeah, him. Yeah,
Hey,
that one.
There you go.
Mama
Now he
rock
knows.
me.
Yeah, that's Darius Rucker. He's made some country classics, and it's tough to not have him on
Yeah.
my list.
Number 5, I have a pretty good duo of people, Daryl Hall and John Oates. I really think
Oh no, it's
Hall and Oates,
I
as
think
their
that's what they go by.
as their band is called, I think they really helped transition the classic yacht rock era into like the '80s pop era that we see now. I think
Matt's a big fan of.
they're
yacht rock.
Yacht rock,
really
that's his
integral to the development of modern music. I mean, it's hard to say, but this is one of the newer bands on my list, and that's not saying much, but they're from the '80s. But I know all my '80s folks will appreciate this, and I think it's a good pick for my number 5.
all right. My number 5. I'm gonna stay in the '70s, '80s with Led Zeppelin.
Ooh.
They've made some of the best songs of all time, probably in a lot of people's opinion, and they definitely got to be in my top 5, and that's why they are.
My number 5, I'm going with Lil Uzi Vert.
Yes.
My favorite album from him is Love Is Rage 2.
Good choice.
I wonder what that means.
Love His Rage.
Maybe we should ask.
Maybe there's
Yeah.
maybe I
Lil
should.
Uzi, if you're listening, please give us a call.
Maybe
We'd love to
I
have you on
should.
the show.
I should shoot him a message like I did to
there
Polo
you go.
G.
Like
But he sadly deleted your message.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of it.
We don't know that for sure though. So
I do.
maybe you just missed it.
Polo
Scroll
G, if
past
you're
it.
listening, we'd love to have you on the show.
We would really love to have you on the show, Mr. G.
Mr.
You could bring Martin and Gino with him.
Yes.
They're good people.
They
I
are.
thought he
They
was
seem
Martin.
like pretty reasonable
That'd be a
folks.
good-
Yeah,
good trio.
I like Martin more.
Yes.
That'd be a pretty good trio to bring on the show.
I don't know. Martin and Gina, they seem pretty.
They seem pretty unproblematic.
Yeah, pretty. That's a good verb.
That's not a verb.
That's not a verb.
Or an adjective.
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
That's not a verb. On number
Oh
4.
boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
on number 4, I have another country artist. I have Luke Combs. He's
Yeah.
I guess you could say he's
I know
newer.
who that is.
You
There
know
you
who that
go.
is?
Good job.
Good. That's good to hear. I guess you could say a newer one. He's really came onto the scene. I guess in the last 5 years, you could say.
Oh, really? I thought he was more doing that.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Time flies.
Yeah, he's
It does when you're having fun.
Less than 5 years for sure, though.
yeah.
Not
He's
more than
became
that.
really big with
Yeah,
within
yeah,
the past 5
he's
years.
became recently, probably like 2 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
But my favorite album from him would have to be "This One's for You Too."
Ooh,
Got some great ones on
yeah.
that album, so it's tough to not have him in my top 5. Matt, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is not King, it's Queen. I know.
Yeah,
Queen.
sure. There you
It's
go.
it's really an all-time classic, and once again, a huge part to the development of
What's
old
your
school
favorite
music.
song?
Oh boy,
There's a lot.
Actually,
Do you have a
King,
favorite?
King is a band.
King.
Yeah. No,
They're
I just
from-
want a lot of money.
They're from the United Kingdom.
Ah,
As our
United
queen.
Kingdom.
As our
Sense.
queen.
Oh boy, what's
The
my
members are Paul King, Mick Roberts, Tony Wall, and Dave Burke. Haven't heard any of those guys, but
Neither
I'm
have I.
sure they're great at making music.
I think
King, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on the show.
we love having on the show, King. But I'll go back to the question. I think my favorite Queen song has to be Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it's a
Yes.
real
That's a very,
That is very good
respectable choice.
it's a real piece of art, and I
That's
really
a crowd favorite. You could
yeah
Yeah.
it's a general favorite, and I think it's a really good band in general.
Yeah.
Obviously,
say.
because
I hope
it's
so. If they're number
four.
4.
I wouldn't just put a bad band at number 4. I think once again a really key band to the development of modern music. Blake, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the Rolling Stones. They're super iconic. I think personality definitely plays into your likability and your popularity, and they definitely had a lot of personality. I don't know how they're still alive because they're probably the biggest druggies in the music industry ever, but they are, so good for them.
I don't know. There's some rappers out there that
Yeah.
It's different.
like Lil Pump.
It's
What
different.
about Lil Pump? Is he on your list?
80s
Lil
music
Pump.
industry drug use is different, but we
Yeah.
won't get into
It
that.
sure is. But
All right, moving on. My number 4, I'm putting the Beatles.
the Beatles.
Just classic.
Wow.
Best band of all time.
Do you have a favorite song?
Wow. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's
And
a
music
like
for
a
long
There
lot.
time.
are a lot.
I don't.
A lot of songs.
I don't really have a favorite. I mean,
Oh.
I like them all, even not all, but I like their top ones pretty evenly.
Yes.
you
I,
go.
I
Sounds like a cop-out.
strongly agree.
All right.
Moving into our top 3 now. I have another, I guess you could say, newer country artist, Blake. I doubt you. Do you know who Hardy is?
Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Hardy?
Yeah, Hardy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Wow.
Hardy is my number 3.
I know who he is, Josh.
He recently.
Is that like Hardy?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I just
He
guessed.
released a new album
Enlighten
about
me.
about 3 weeks ago. This was his second album. He released it about 3 weeks ago, and
Pretty
it's
good.
already one of my favorite country
Yeah.
albums I've heard. Excuse me?
What did you say?
Me and Matthew are a little lost,
Oh, okay.
but it's fine. It's fine.
Do we need to catch you up?
No, it's all right.
I guess I'll move on
We'll
now.
listen to some Hardy songs later.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm glad of being enlightened about Hardy. I'm gonna go home and
Have
immediately
you heard of
listen.
the other one, the Darius?
I've
guy?
heard of Darius Rucker. I mean, Rock Me Mama is a
It sounds
It's a
like
classic.
It sounds like a name I've heard, but I just
Rock Me Mama is a staple at Great American Ballpark for the 7th inning stretch play. I don't know how you wouldn't know.
Well, the song's called Wagon Wheel.
Wagon Wheel.
Are we talking about the same song here?
I think it's a
Those
very,
are lyrics. Those are
lyrics. Okay.
Sure, I appreciate the effort.
Understandable. I don't know any other Darius Rucker songs, so I can't really talk much
all right.
about them. I'll move on now to my number 3. It's Journey. I know they have really good songs. Obviously, I think once again,
I would hope so.
It
Yeah.
helps to have some good songs.
yeah, I know they have. I think the best sing-along song. I think we've "Don't Stop Believing." I think
Yeah.
one of the
Yes.
best songs of
Yes.
all time.
Blake didn't
Yes.
think so, but
Yeah,
No, I
Blake
didn't
didn't.
say
No,
that.
it's up there. No, Blake's. What did you say?
I said Ain't No Mountain High Enough is one.
That's
but
gonna be
I
top
didn't-
5 easy.
yeah.
I'll actually just pass it on now because I don't want to break into a song or
A sing
I don't want
along.
I don't want
A
to break it,
sing-along.
I don't want to break down the song right now and sing "Don't Stop Believing."
Well, it's not karaoke, so I mean.
Well, I know the lyrics so good that honestly I could
don't.
just sing it right now.
Go,
Blake,
go
what's
for
your?
it. Please go for
let's
it.
hear it.
No, I'm fine.
Just give us a little verse.
Don't stop believing.
No, you gotta sing
Yeah.
it. Sing it. Come on.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
That's not how it goes.
That's
Not how
that's
it
in
goes.
tune.
Where are we?
That
at?
is
We're
in
at 3.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're at 3. All right. Number 3 is Michael Jackson for me.
Yeah.
Just one of the most respected and well-rounded artists of all time. Sold some of the most records, I think, of all time, and he definitely defined an era unlike anybody else. I mean, when you think of '90s, you think of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So that's why he's at number 3 for me.
And 80s, honestly. He
was-
owned
yeah,
he
yeah, but-
owned the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
70s.
Was the big
Jackson
was
5.
the big red machine the
Yeah,
90s? Was the
What?
big red machine the
No,
90s?
70s.
No,
The
sadly,
big
that
red
was
machine.
1975.
See, I wouldn't know.
70s.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Fair question.
I wasn't
would say
alive then, so I wouldn't know. And number 3, I actually have a tie. It's
Tie?
two total.
You can't do that.
Okay,
No,
well,
I'm kidding.
Well,
Go ahead.
Blake, I just thought of this because he said Michael Jackson. So, the one I had, Luke Combs, one of my favorite. Not my favorite because I have another one ahead of him. But Blade made me think of Elvis Presley. I totally forgot about him. He is, I love him.
Wait, so
He's-
Luke Holmes and Elvis are tied?
Yes, at number 3.
All right, yeah, that's yeah. All right, moving on to number 2, I have a rapper here. Knew a rapper passed away about a year ago, or no, almost a year ago. Juice WRLD.
A couple months ago.
That was
No,
2020. That was
no.
2020.
No,
It was
it's
December.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
2020.
It was
It was
December.
December.
Okay, well, it wasn't quite a year.
Almost a year ago.
It was like
Jeez.
December 12th at 2:12
Something like that.
p.m. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know the time.
But yeah, I'm a huge fan of all his albums.
Me
Probably
too.
one of the first rappers I listened to when I first started listening to music, I guess you could say.
I would
And
agree that I was the same way.
Yeah, I still listen to him to this day. So he's my
How
number
is he
2.
still releasing music?
Well, because his music is still public.
It's a shame to see that young talent go too soon, and I hope that his family really gets the support that they need, and I hope that
Like ex mom.
Like X, yeah. I think
Buy his merch.
yes, no. I think some of these young rappers are going too fast, and I really think it's a shame to see that. And I don't know.
It's a lesson.
Yeah, it's a lesson.
It is a lesson.
It's a lesson that can be learned with all the children and even adults. I think it's something to pay attention for. I'll move on to my number 2. It is the Rolling Stones. I think my number 1 and number 2 are just by far
neck
away.
and neck?
Not even neck
Yeah,
and neck.
I would say.
I think far and away just the best 2. I think Rolling Stones, a very charismatic band and iconic, and they've made some absolute
What's your
classics. Ooh. I don't know. I like I Can't Get No
Yeah, Satisfaction.
with
Yeah,
the
parentheses,
parentheses around it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think that song's called Satisfaction.
Obviously.
Yeah, I think it's
But
parentheses
it's
I can't get no satisfaction without parentheses.
Yeah, I think that's how it
Blake,
is.
what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Queen, not King,
Queen.
Not King, guys. Not King.
Queen. And I think they've all said it already, but just one of the most iconic bands. Some of the most just well-known songs of all time. Like, shoot. Now I sound stupid because I can't think of the songs.
It
All right,
happens.
we are the champions.
Hey, we're on
There's
the
too
spot.
many.
We're on
There's
the
too
spot.
many
I'm
good
sorry.
ones. You just can't think of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
What's
We will rock you.
We were Rocky. Why
There
can't they think
you
of that
go.
song?
that and We Are the Champions are the same song actually.
I don't
It's
think they are.
They're
They're
split
just-
into 2 parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, if
And
you,
then
if
they
the
released them
long
as
version-
two. They released them as two.
Yeah, they're
different.
two separate.
I think there is something as the same song.
Yeah, they are. I mean,
Yeah.
they play them together. All right, Tristan, what's your number 2?
At number 2, I'm going with Morgan Wallen.
You saw him in concert.
Yeah,
You
yes,
saw him
I
in
did.
concert.
He is he is my favorite country singer.
Yeah.
I just love almost every single one of his songs.
Do you have a favorite song, or all of them? All of them the same.
No, my favorite is probably Talkin' Tennessee.
Yeehaw.
Talkin'
Probably my
Tennessee.
favorite. And then More Than My Hometown is probably second.
That's a good one. That's a new one.
Yeah.
That's a new
Like,
one.
what was it? 3 weeks ago? Something
About,
like that?
I'd say about 2 months ago, maybe.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
It was close.
No, 3 weeks ago was 7
3 weeks ago
summers.
times 2.
That was 7 summers ago. That was
No, you're right. Yeah, it
The
was.
song 7 Summers came
Yeah.
out about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, so
Anyways,
confused.
moving on. Yeah, sorry.
It was like 7 summers ago.
No, 7 Summers is the name of the song. Don't
Yes.
worry.
No, a long time ago.
Yeah. Before we jump into our number 1, I'm sure you guys.
There's
our
a lot of
listeners-
artists
Yeah.
Yes.
through history.
Let us know in the
Please
comments if
Feel free
you
to
think we
comment
missed
down
any.
below if you think we missed any artist, country artist, rap artist, hip hop artist.
Any artist.
Any artist.
Mozart, Beethoven.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yes,
forgot about those
we,
guys
haven't,
up
we
there.
have not done any classics, like classics.
Barlito could make an appearance.
Barlito.
Yeah.
I do remember the times we had. I do.
Remember the times we
That's a
There
good
you
one.
go.
That's a good one.
Or whoever made the Trace McSorley song.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Tracy McSorley, if you're listening, we'd love to have you
We
on
love
the
to
show.
have the show. That's
love
about
that.
You'd
6
be
guys.
more appropriate.
That's about
I
6
guess.
guys we've asked to be on the show.
You would be
today,
a
but
more appropriate guest for our style of show, but we'll take anyone.
We will take any interview.
Martin and Gino would be appropriate, I think.
Yeah.
It would be very appropriate.
And Matt could ask them the question about your.
You guys didn't read my
comment.
comment?
Yeah. Did you guys read my comment? I am
Let me
very.
just read it again for you.
I'm very supportive of them, and I really do hope they're successful.
Oh boy.
Okay, get-
Okay, I need to get to number 1 now. Number 1, I have not little. Sorry, it's Lil
Lil.
Vert. Favorite album of his being Perfect Love Tape. Love
Yeah.
being LUV initials. Like Lil Uzi Vert. Get that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Favorite song probably have to be oh boy. Maybe Erase Your Social. Erase Your Social.
Yeah.
Maybe one of his
That's
newer
pretty
ones,
good.
Baby Pluto.
Money Longa.
What's
That's
the
pretty
one? How do you say the one song? One of his first earlier ones, the EXO tour.
EXO Tour
Is it
Life?
just called EXO Tour Life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
That,
it was.
that
but-
was the one that really brought him
Yeah,
to
into
the
the scene.
rap scene. And that's when I actually started listening to him around that time.
Yeah,
but-
that's when I really
But
got into
after
it.
that, I realized that he was much more than that, just that single song. He's now my favorite rap artist and artist in general.
On the topic of Lil Uzi Vert, I think I
have.
think he is short in stature.
He is.
But
He
when
is.
when
is.
he stands on his money,
He's
he gets
6'6".
Or yes, he gets taller when he stands on his money.
Oh, yeah, because money.
He's been as tall as Julius Erving, an average NBA center. He's been as tall as Scottie Pippen. He's been tall. as
What are you talking
9
about?
foot
Tall.
10.
He is
Without
tall.
without his money, he is 5'4".
That's a bit. Yeah, he's
Wow.
he's not that tall, but once he stands on his money, he will
He's
he will
6'6".
grow exponentially.
It's like stocks.
It is.
Lil Uzi Vert is a stock.
I will. I'll move on now to my number one. I think this is a unanimous among most
Well, we haven't gotten to Tristan, but apparently not Josh. So
among
Sorry,
most.
guys.
no.
Everyone's
It's
entitled.
it is a very opinionated
Sorry. I'm
topic.
sorry.
Everyone's,
and
everyone's
we don't make fun
entitled
of
to their own
people for
opinions here at the Fourth Inning Podcast. I think that most music connoisseurs think this is the number one overall band ever. It's the Beatles. I think I've talked about bands that have helped bring the modern music to where it is right now. This is the most important band, I believe, ever. I think they've really came out with so many classics over like a 10-year period
What?
almost.
No, wait longer than that.
Really?
Longer than
I thought-
that, yeah.
Okay, maybe 15.
Well, they were
20
making
years.
like music when Elvis was still making music.
Elvis was making.
Do you guys
music
all
for a
have the
while.
Beatles at one?
Yeah, I do.
No.
Oh.
I
Like,
have
but
4.
really, the Beatles are
Beatles.
such a good band with so many classic songs. Like you can't even talk about all of them. There's so many. I mean, they're just a real great band, and that's why they're my number one.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? Ooh boy.
Yeah, it is tough, but
Oh boy.
I would probably go Come Together. That'd be mine.
it's one of the later
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to think because there's so many.
Yeah, there are a lot.
You
Yeah,
can
I mean,
you
they-
can move
they-
along.
they-
I
All
will-
right, all right.
I'll go.
Yeah,
Well,
Those
number
are
one,
good
as we already know, I also have the Beatles. As I think Matt hit the nail on the head. I think they're the most significant, the most progressive
Yeah.
band of all time. I think they've changed the music industry unlike anybody else, and so many classics. And I mean, they even made great music when they weren't together. That's just says how great of musicians they were. If I had to name I mean, Hey Jude is up there. Here Comes the Sun. Those kinds of songs are all good, and it's just hard to pick a favorite when there's so many good ones, and they're definitely number one for me.
All
Tristan,
right.
finish it off with your number one.
My number one, Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
Josh, you got me.
Juice
In,
WRLD.
you got me into him about 3 years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah, you did. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
He's just
My pleasure.
Thank you,
it's
Josh.
very sad to
You're
see
welcome,
that he
Blake.
died. It's awful, but
Yeah, I don't like to see
Matt,
him die.
wrap it up.
Alrighty, that will wrap up this episode of Outside the Box. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and follow all of our social medias. Do all that. And lastly, remember to get 4% better every day. See ya.